Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. I welcome you to this week's Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Of course, if this is your first time watching, this is where I ask 5 questions, all dealing with the sport of professional wrestling. So let's kick the intro in and have a little bit of fun. Go ahead and ask y'all to do the like and subscribe thing if you're not a subscriber yet. Also, leave a comment. Let me know how you did. If you go 5 for 5, what I do is I'll give you a shout out on next week's Wrestling Trivia Tuesday and this coming Thursday's Spot Show live stream. Spot Show live stream is every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, so feel free to check that out. That's where I kind of talk about the current state of professional wrestling. Now, with all that being said, let's go to question number 1 this week. Question number 1 this week. What event featured Tyler Black's final Ring of Honor match? Was it A, Glory by Honor 9, B, Death Before Dishonor 8, or C, Final Battle 2010? All right, question number 1 again. What event featured Tyler Black's final Ring of Honor match? Was it A, Glory by Honor 9, B, Death Before Dishonor 8, or C, Final Battle 2010? The answer is Glory by Honor 9. If you remember who his final opponent was, leave it in the comment. Let me never mind. I actually know who it was. I actually remember who it was. Anyway, Tyler Black, if you can't tell right now, or if you never watched Ring of Honor at that time, yes, that is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins went by Tyler Black before getting his WWE contract, and of course, now rest is history. 16 years later, being regarded as one of the best performers in the ring. Also, multiple time world champion and a WWE U.S. champion. I believe he was a tag team champion too. So, yeah, very good WWE career. Question number 2 this week. Lance Von Erich went to Wild West Wrestling in 1987 with a slight name change. What name did Lance Von Erich use in Wild West Wrestling? Was it A, Lance Romance, B, Ricky Vaughn, or C, Fabulous Lance? All right, question number 2 again. Lance Von Erich went to Wild West Wrestling in 1987 with a slight name change. What name did Lance Von Erich use in Wild West Wrestling? Was it A, Lance Romance, B, Ricky Vaughn, or C, the Fabulous Lance? The answer is C, the Fabulous Lance. Yes, this subject's been covered plenty of times when talking about world-class wrestling and the Von Erichs. Lance Von Erich, or Ricky Vaughn, was brought into world class to be the cousin of Kevin, Kerry, Mike, David, supposedly the son of Waldo Von Erich. I think there was a little bit of money dispute, so he wound up splitting. And of course, they kind of buried him on world class. And, oh, he lied to us and stuff like that, even though it was Fritz who kind of did the fibbing. But anyway, kind of another black eye in the world class championship wrestling things, except for this time it was creative, nothing outside the ring. All right, question number 3 this week. How did Scott Steiner defeat Sid Vicious at Starrcade 2000? Was it A, pinfall after a Frankensteiner, B, pinfall after the Steiner driver, or C, did Sid pass out from the Steiner recliner? Go ahead, repeat question number 3 again. How did Scott Steiner defeated? That looks stupid. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, how did Scott Steiner defeat Sid Vicious at Starrcade 2000? I must did some kind of copy and paste deal, or was going to ask it differently. Anyway, my bad. Was A, pinfall after the Frankensteiner, B, pinfall after the Steiner driver, or C, did Sid just pass out from the Steiner recliner? The answer is C, tentacles tap out, or tentacle submission is what they call it now. He passed out from the Steiner recliner, and I think Scott Steiner might have had a little bit of help too, but I actually do not remember. So if you do remember, go ahead, hit me up in the comments what you remember from it. Question number 4. Question number 4 this week. Where did Herb Abrams' UWF Beach Brawl pay-per-view take place? Was it A, Las Vegas, Nevada, B, Palmetto, Florida, or C, Panama City, Florida? Whoops, come on now. All right. Question number 4. Where did Herb Abrams' UWF Beach Brawl pay-per-view take place? Was it A, Las Vegas, Nevada, B, Palmetto, Florida, or C, Panama City Beach, Florida? The answer is B, Palmetto, Florida. Yes, if you can, almost, it's kind of blurry right there, but it does say right above there. I did make sure I kind of hid that from the view of you viewers. Didn't want to give away the answer, but yes, it was Palmetto, Florida. The main event was Dr. Death Steve Williams versus Bam Bam Bigelow for the UWF Sports Channel TV title or something like that. Won by Dr. Death Steve Williams, of course. All right, going to take a quick commercial break. Be right back with the main event question of the week. Oops. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. If you made it this far in the video, you're having fun. You folks know what to do. Everybody says this, so let's go through the whole routine. If you enjoy it, click on that like button. Also, leave me a comment. Give me your opinions on anything I talk about tonight. Ask questions, or just drop a friendly hello. That's always cool as well. Also, if you enjoy listening to a fan, just like you folks at home, talk about the sport of professional wrestling, be a champ, click on that subscribe button. Now, back to our program. All right, here we go. Main event, question number 5 this week. Who did Swede Hansen and Rip Hawk defeat to win their 3rd NWA Mid-Atlantic Coast Tag Team Championship? Of course, not to make short history, it was called the Mid-Atlantic Coast Tag Team Championship. Then they kind of got rid of the coast part and just called it the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championships. Anyway, was it A, Paul Jones and Nelson Royal, B, Johnny Weaver and George Becker, or C, Ole and Gene Anderson? All right, main event question number 5, and yes, in case you didn't notice, we went way back, even before I wasn't even thought of, wasn't even born at this time. Anyway, question number 5: Who did Swede Hansen and Rip Hawk defeat to win their 3rd NWA Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championship? Was it A, Paul Jones and Nelson Royal, B. Johnny Weaver and George Beck, or C. Ole and Gene Anderson? The answer is A. Paul Jones and Nelson Royal. Well, Sweet Hansen and Rip Hawk was before my time. I think Sweet Hansen did go to the WWF for a brief time. Um, Obviously not, highly pushed at this time, but from what I've heard, Sweet Hansen and Rip Hawk were a great tag team back in their day. As far as Paul Jones, I remember him more being the manager, the Paul Jones Army, the Powers of Pain. He, of course, managed Shashka Watley, Baron Von Raschke, uh, T.J. Khan at one point, the Barbarian Warlord, Ivan Koloff, uh, and all those folks there in this war against Jimmy Garvin. Then I guess Jimmy Garvin wound up leaving, then formed the Powers of Pain with basically it was Alan Koloff, Warlord, and Barbarian against the Road Warriors. Then they wound up, of course, going to the WWF. Paul Jones stayed back and managed the Russian Assassins. I think that was the last team he managed before being a part of South Atlantic Pro Wrestling, um, and managed a young Vince Torelli. I think Vince Torelli, which if you go back watch the matches, you can see is Ken Shamrock. Nelson Royal, he was still wrestling at that time, kind of lower mid card at this time, but a like forever NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. Went from his own promotion in the Carolinas called Atlantic Coast Wrestling. I think that's what it was called. Excuse me. Um, and was, of course, the junior heavyweight champion. Wrestled for Ron Fuller's USA Championship Wrestling, as well as the had a valet. I forgot her name too, and was the junior heavyweight champion in a feud with Scott Armstrong. Anyway, that does for this week's Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Hope you folks have fun. Have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the Peach State of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.